Hello everyone, this is my college football playoff predictions for the 2024 to 2025 college football season. The playoff bracket was announced last Sunday, so I'm going to give an in-depth prediction on my part and leave a comment if you disagree or if you agree or how you think the game is going to go. So I'm going to use some of ESPN's analytics and the FPI system, which isn't the best, I know. It definitely doesn't like certain teams, and it does like certain teams. So I'm going to talk about the lines, the spreads, everything. Here we go. So the very first game is on Friday, December 20th at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is 10th seeded Indiana versus 7th seeded Notre Dame. ESPN's analytics have Notre Dame with a 73% chance to win. Analytics really like Notre Dame. They didn't really fall a whole lot after they lost to NIU. Not sure why. Indiana kind of in the middle on how much the analytics like them. Notre Dame is favored by a touchdown. I think that's fair. I mean, Indiana lost to Ohio State in their only real big game. The game wasn't that close. Indiana was kind of in it, but they weren't in it at the same time. I think the score kind of reads a little bit different than what the actual game kind of showed. For this game, I'm going to keep it close. I think it is close through the majority of the game, but I'm going to go Notre Dame 38, Indiana 24. I think Notre Dame kind of pulls away at the end. Sorry about this graphic. It has Indiana as the home team. Notre Dame is the home team. Spread over. I already talked about the spread. Over under is 51.5. I think it might be around that range, maybe a little bit higher. I have it being a little bit higher than that. We'll see. The next game is SMU going to Penn State. That is going to be a whiteout game. I think it's at noon. Yeah, it's at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Not sure how they're going to really white out that game. I mean, they will, but I feel like the whiteout's kind of viewed by most people as a night game. Penn State is 8.5-point favorites. 53.5 is the over-under. I think this game is close early. I do think Penn State pulls away. They played Oregon well, but they didn't play them well enough. I think if Penn State had started with the ball against Oregon and scored real quick, the game would have been much closer. Penn State really could never catch up. But I think SMU doesn't have enough firepower to do that to Penn State. I think Penn State takes on SMU fairly well. I think they take them on strong. I think Penn State wins this game 34-17. Like I said, I think it's closer early. I think Penn State pulls away probably second, third quarter. So this next matchup is pretty interesting. It's Texas hosting Clemson. Now, if you told someone about this matchup like 5 years ago, it would have been pretty crazy to them. I mean, you would have had a top-ranked Clemson versus a struggling Texas team trying to find themselves, but here we are, kind of in the opposite position. Texas, a lot of people are really high on Texas. I don't really get it. They haven't played a whole lot of good teams, and when they haven't looked good, or they just lost, like Georgia twice. I was very high on Texas at the beginning of the season. I thought they were going to take Georgia down pretty easily, and obviously they did not. I'm still not. Texas just hasn't convinced me, and I think that's going to continue. I do think they beat Clemson. I think this game is much closer than the 11-point spread says. Over-under is 51.5. I'm going to predict just about that, 51. I think Quinn Ewers is good. I think he's kind of stressed in these big games, though, and I think that's kind of a problem. Klubnik and Clemson don't really have anything to lose. They have Dabo's experience in these playoff games. I'm going to go Clemson 24, Texas 27. I think Texas wins. I think they pull it out, advance to play Arizona State in the Peach Bowl. But I don't think it's as far-fetched, as spread out as people think. I think this is going to be a much closer game. And the last of the first-round playoff games is Ohio State taking on Tennessee. This is a pretty good matchup. It's pretty interesting. I think a lot of people knew this game was coming based on how the seeding looked before Conference Championship weekend. Most of the favorites won their games. SMU losing to Clemson kind of switched stuff around a little bit, but I thought this was going to be the matchup for the 8 vs 9 seed. It is the matchup for the 8 vs 9 seed. Ohio State is a touchdown favorite. I do think Ohio State will win this game. I think it'll be closer. And I know Ryan Day doesn't agree with this. He kind of laughed at it, but Kirk Herbstreit said this. He said that the Ohio State fans are going to be booing if they have a bad start. I kind of agree with that. Not a whole lot of people like Ryan Day. There are some people that think he's fine. I'm not an Ohio State fan, so I don't really have an opinion on it. I do think that this game will be close. I feel like it could go two ways. I think Tennessee could win in a close game. I think Ohio State could win a close game. But I also think it could be an Ohio State blowout at the same time. Kind of just getting their anger out after losing to Michigan. I'm going to say Tennessee 24, Ohio State 28. I think the total is a little bit low. It's 47.5. I think it's higher than that. I think the spread is fairly accurate. I'd probably say it's somewhere around a 7-point game. I'm going 4-point game, but that's fairly close. The winner of this game plays number 1 Oregon in the Rose Bowl. So both these teams do not have a great draw. Obviously, people are mad about Oregon not having a great draw in the playoffs because they're being rewarded. Their reward for being number 1 seed is Ohio State or Tennessee, and people think there should be reseeding and all that, but I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm going to go Ohio State wins. I could easily see Tennessee winning. I could easily see Ohio State winning by more. Kind of 50-50 for this game. The analytics have Ohio State at 67.5% chance to win. They've been very high on Ohio State. I think Tennessee's kind of in that middle range. But yeah, that's my predictions for the first round of the College Football Playoff. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. I'll make a second round prediction maybe in the next week or after the games are played. I'll probably do a video kind of catching up my predictions after these 4 games are played. But yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye.